right, let's get back to this French presidential election because it's a biggie. You got far right-wing candidate Marine Le Pen, who's facing off against centrist Emmanuel Macron, former investment banker, and that's all happening on Sunday. The White House says President Trump will work with either candidate, no matter who wins this election. But, you know, we're wondering, is this election in any way going to echo what happened here? Joining me right now is Acton Institute Director of Programs and Education, Paul Bonicelli. Paul, good to have you back on the show. Are there any similarities here? I mean, you've got a population in France that feels as though they increasingly have absolutely no voice. The PC environment has taken over. And as such, people that believe in Islam and extreme Islam are being welcomed into that country, despite what everyday working class French people are thinking and saying and their hesitations. Is it at all in any way similar to what happened here?
I think it's quite similar because across the developed world, Europe, the United States, you have this group of people. It's not just immigration. It is that, as you mentioned, but you also mentioned before the working class, those who feel like the economy is rigged for those who have power and access to government. And so that's what a lot of the people in the north of France who have moved to Le Pen, they are the people that don't go on vacation on this three-day holiday. They may well show up and vote, whereas a lot of people are disillusioned, may stay home. So I think there are similarities. We need to be careful with it, but there's enough that we can certainly speculate, and we shouldn't say that she has no chance.
Yeah, you know, you think about France, of all countries, I mean, that is a great example of, you know, if you are born into a certain class or if you're born into a certain kind of privilege, you have your life rather mapped out for you. I mean, one of the great things about America is we've always had this opportunity and we're working to preserve it. But in France, it's increasingly been sort of this let them eat cake kind of philosophy. So you have the haves, the have-nots, and it's very hard to work your way out of a certain class. Economically.
That's right. It's a very rigid system. Exactly. It is. It really is a rigid system based on education, based on, you know, access to power, the official institutions, the unions, whatever. And there are just enough French people now that have put her at least at 40%. And we'll see. Probably she'll lose, but it's not a giveaway for sure.
Paul, good to see you. Thank you so much. Quick break. We'll be right back.